David Ornstein has dropped an Arsenal transfer exclusive. Arsenal working on deal to sign Nypan from Rosenborg. Previously, he said we're interested in him. Earlier today on social media, there was reports he was in Manchester speaking with Manchester City, and they were obviously trying to sell their project. And they actually, were saying that there's plans to loan him to Girona. Ironically, we've got them next Wednesday, I want to say, in the last game week of the Champions League at this stage. Ornstein and James McNicholas have said Arsenal working on a deal to sign midfielder Nypan from Rosenborg. Dialogue between the clubs and with the players' reps is advancing as Arsenal try to land the 18-year-old Norway youth international. However, a firm decision on his future is yet to be made and no agreements are in place, meaning the situation remains open. So cannot count our chickens before they hatch. Nypan is regarded as one of the best prospects in Europe, having made his Norwegian league debut in 2022, aged just 15. Bit like Odegaard playing first-team football as a teenager. In May 2023, he became the youngest player to score in a league match for Rosenborg, just 16 years and 145 days old. Interest has been building from a host of top clubs since then, and competition for his signature remains, but Arsenal are now attempting to press ahead and win the race. He's been linked with Arsenal, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Leipzig, Dortmund, Benfica. Their last clubs, I said in particular, who almost act as an intermediate step. These guys go there, they develop, and obviously they're sold on for profit. Although regarded as a great prospect for the future, Nypan would be signed with a view to joining up with the first team squad immediately. He operates in attacking midfield as a number 8 or 10, so another creative player. And if that is the case, well, it doesn't say that the plans for Arsenal are to put him in the first team straight away. That makes sense. While much of the focus is on Arsenal improving their forward line this month, the work on the wider squad building strategy continues. Arsenal have renewed focus on recruiting global emerging talent, and Nypan meets that long-term criteria, as well as adding short-term depth in Mikel Arteta's injury-hit squad. I agree with that. The winter transfer window falls during the Norwegian off-season, so this month was almost always earmarked for a possible move. Arsenal have a good relationship with Rosenborg and have sought to be respectful in their pursuit of Nypan, which they hope will enable them to close the deal. Joining Arsenal would see Nypan join up with his compatriot Martin Odegaard, and you'd imagine Odegaard would act as the big brother. Nypan jumps off the page after Haaland, Odegaard, and Antonio Nusa. Norway has another mighty prospect. None of this means anything to me, apart from we now know he can play as an 8, a number 10, got a level of experience, has 8 goals, people, to his name at first team level, made his debut as a kid, essentially. So I'm all for that, people. Apparently, he has the same agent as Haaland, Rafaela Pimenta, and apparently he's also been linked with a number of other clubs. Just for my sake, I want to know how many appearances, like professional appearances, this young man has at 18 years of age. I'm not expecting him to be the finished article. Of course, he's 19 later this year, people. Well, why not if he's the guy? How many? You ain't been capped for Norway at first team level. Let's click on your full stats here. For Rosenborg, you've got 60 appearances, 13 goals and 11 assists. What's their first division? I'd assume it's this. So he's played 53 times in the top division. So he's got a level of experience. He's inexperienced, but he's not inexperienced. And he's got a year on his contract. So low risk, high reward. I can't imagine this is going to break the bank. If he develops and becomes a great player for Arsenal, great. If he becomes a squad player, great. If he becomes a player that we can sign, for example, 10 million and then make, 30, 40 million off him, why not? He's quite good in Football Manager. And I mean, I'm not watching Norwegian League, but it looks quite good on YouTube. Looks like he has a high technical level. Physically, he'd have to develop. Obviously, not only be making the mammoth step from Norwegian first team football with the greatest of respect to English Premier League, he'd have to be given, he'd be joining in January. He's joining mid-season, so he'd have to be given time. But we do cry about creative outlets. So if he is the guy, and I don't know what Arsenal's plans are for him. Maybe they're signing him. He'll stay to the end of the season and go on loan. But to have him, Ethan and Odegaard, we're sharing the creative burden, people. I know many Arsenal fans probably won't like to see this. In fact, not even that they won't. Some won't like to see it. Some will. But I guess we'd all ask the question, what's going on with Cunha? What's going on with Sesko? What's going on with this guy? Where's the striker? Where's the winger? Where's the more experienced guys that immediately, upgrade us in our pursuit of trying to win the Champions League, trying to overturn the 2-goal deficit in the League Cup, and in a small way trying to win, the Premier League, people? I don't know. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts, people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
He always used to act with them, like, I think it's like